Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel for what will be the final instalment of the Building a Shrimp Room series. We're 99% of the way done, got a few little touch-ups to do, and obviously I'll update progress sort of as we go on those in amongst other videos, but for the sake of building the shrimp room, the room's complete. A couple of bits outstanding, I'll update you on those as we go through with other videos. I wanted to start this video off slightly differently with just saying a few thanks to a few people. So firstly, I'd like to thank Reese, my son's friend, who's an apprentice electrician, who did the second fix of the electrics for me. I put all the first fix in, and he sort of finished those off and made sure those were sorted. Secondly, Lewis from Biddle's Plumbing and Heating, who I managed to drag out on a Sunday to do some work for me, and he'll still come back and finish off all the plumbing work for the sink and the drainage and stuff. So that's still outstanding. And then finally, I'd like to thank Ronnie and Rob for not only their continued support, but for actually helping me to set this business up in the first place. So the idea came about when we were just chatting on a group. Three of us are obviously friends, and we were discussing what you'd name a business or a shop if you started one. My initials are GB. My son's name is Ben, Glenn and Ben, so GB again. And then obviously B as in BEE for B Shrimp, and the name came about. I sort of looked into it. We registered the company. The plan was for me to sort of teach my son business, accountancy, and everything else that sort of goes with that. I'm an IT consultant by trade. I set the website up, never put it live, just had a bit of a play, managed to get a WooCommerce site up, and the rest history really. So we set the business up in August 2018. I think we went live in September 2018, and we've sort of grown quite a bit. Our stock's grown, our product range has grown, and our offerings grown. I'm a hobbyist, so I keep shrimp. It's a passion, and turning that passion into something you love doing and a business is probably everybody's dream. Haven't had a lot of space to work with, i.e. the garage. This is the garage at the front of the house, but I think we've managed to do a really good job. I would have done this a lot quicker. I needed the help from people. I've got a back injury, which has really slowed me down, and I've not really been able to do much of the stuff myself. It's been done by other people. I did miss somebody out actually, so Daniel Siemniak, another fantastic shrimp breeder and keeper, came down from Manchester. We're in the Midlands, by the way, if anyone wasn't aware of that, but came down from Manchester, helped me put the last few plasterboards up, and this guy can plasterboard fast, and he's very accurate. His cutting's brilliant, and they go up quick. So big shout out to Daniel as well. So without that sort of with that bit out the way, I'll sort of go over the room with you guys. I'll go over how much we've done, what we've got left to do, and sort of just talk about plans for the future, I suppose. But for now, that's sort of my intro. Hope I haven't bored you too much, and we'll get straight into the next part of the video. So part 2 of the video is just going to be a quick walk around. You've seen most of this from previous ones, so products all here. I've got dehumidifier. We've started to put stuff on the walls, and I love these little shrimp stick holders that we do. We sell separately, but we do them as offers with shrimp sticks. Yes, the door is finally painted, so Rob gets triggered by the door not being painted. Excuse me. So he'll be quite pleased that the door's painted. There are a few little touch-ups that still need doing. If any of you watched the last video where we had sort of really noisy air pump, I've sort of sorted that temporarily. I may still put that up on the top rack, but if you want to watch that setup video of the first tank, I'll put a card up in the top corner, and you can go and have a look at that. So we've the long-term plan is we're going to have 4 or 5 smaller tanks on here for selecting and breeding projects. We'll have 3 or 4, if I can get them in, I think I will, of these 45 litres. Same on the bottom shelf, and then the small shelf at the bottom, we've got drawers that will fit into there. That was measured specifically. Next to that, so excuse the mess that we've got here at the moment, So next to that we're going to have another 900 rack, and as I've already mentioned, another 900 coming off there. I am probably going to use the rapid racking and not that aluminium racking, but I haven't made my mind up yet. So just briefly, this little old chair that sort of sat in the room, I had 4 of those and a table, old G-Plan ones. They were my dad's when my dad passed and we stripped the house. And I think I've decided to sort of just let that hang around the room, because then I've always sort of got dad with me. It's a battered old chair, you know, but sentiment and all that. I've ordered all the fittings, but I do have a few. So the idea of these fittings are that we're going to run RO tubing on each rack that goes to every single tank, with a tap system behind like that. And what we'll do is when we do water changes, we'll take out the required amount from each tank based on what we think we need to take out of each tank on TDS and stuff. And then what we'll do is we'll mix a large container, drop it onto the outlet pipe and fill them all up at once. But I want to do that on a per rack basis. Moving on then, so we've got air conditioning heat source pump there. Still need to connect the hose on that, but it's all ready to go. There's a few bits still lying around in here, so there's some copper pipe because we haven't yet put the water feed in. Likewise the drainage, the guy was waiting for me to give him the nod. This is a leftover piece of timber from the timber we used to create these sort of super strong shelves. And I've got an uncle, he's a best friend really, and he's a retired carpenter, getting on a bit, but every bit of spare timber he likes to have, so I'll get that over to him as soon as possible. It's just time really. And then sort of moving down the room, we've obviously got sort of racks of stuff trying to maximise wall space. We've got these hangers where, you know, like the packets of peanuts type thing, and then we've put some posters up just to sort of prettify the room, I suppose. We've got our worktop and our sink and our drawers and stuff in. That's changed a little bit because I did want an owl there, but there just wasn't enough space, or we thought it's better without loads of sort of space being took up by that. Got my little workstation in the corner. Still need to do a few bits. So I want to get a blind for the window. It needs cleaning, it needs silicone in, as does the windowsill, as does the little backsplash that we put in. And then what we've fitted is we've fitted loads of pegboards and hangers up here. So we've absolutely just got stacks and stacks of products, and probably more to go on. I've got my little speaker there connected to the PC, my little soundbar, so I can listen to some tunes while I'm working. And then we've got our thermal label printer. And then over here, we've again behind the door, so we've put some posters on the door. We've got hangers there for stuff, so stuff that uses up a lot of room. Love these nets. So these are SL Aqua SN360s. You can get a wooden handle or a hook, a looped handle, made of carbon fibre, perfectly balanced. The net stays stiff, game changer for catching shrimp. And then most of this stuff, not all though, most of this stuff is sort of packing materials. I've got a few bits and pieces hanging around, so I've got some botanicals there. I've got buckets and stuff that I haven't moved out yet, a row of tools that need moving out, newspaper for packing, additional substrates. I've got some, I'll put these up on the website actually, some cheap double sponges with no cases. And I've got a few of these LED 40s, small 25 litre sort of starter tanks, ideal for a Neo starter colony if somebody's starting Neos. Likewise, we've put all like the Ebidama and stuff around, and this stuff does need a clean. I've got filters, I've got heaters on here, but I will have a tidy up and a bit of a clear out on here. And sort of all here's my packing materials. You know, I did mention I've got boxes, I've got envelopes, I've got letter boxes. We've got some the larger boxes there are Matten filters, and then obviously my poly boxes for packing shrimp and stuff like the glassware really needs to go, and then on the bottom shelves and elsewhere, so I've got some up on the top shelves. What we've done is we've separated all our botanicals, and I've sort of labelled those as well. So that's sort of a tour of the shrimp room. I'll go through what really needs to be done. So a few little touch-ups on paint. I've got a few spots of paint on the floor. I was painting the door, but another coat of that won't hurt. It does take sort of 36 hours for that to dry, that paint, or 24 to 36 hours, and it stinks, you know. So I need to get that done. I've got my big pump down the bottom, a CH0, and I can get these to order if people want. So it's got a big max head height on it, and what I'll do is I'll have little connectors on the bottom of these fill lines that we spoke about. Drop the pump into a bucket, hit the switch, boom, away we go. New product in then, so we've got this SL Aqua Bing Sow, I believe that's called, and that's a fertiliser specially for plants in shrimp tanks. I've got a couple of those in just to try. I believe one of my friends has ordered one, and I'll get that sort of tested. So from a building the shrimp room perspective, we're done really. There are a few, as I say, there are a few sort of little snaggy bits. So, you know, I mentioned that we need to silicone around that window. I want to give that a clean. I might put, well, I will put a blind up there as well, just to sort of shield it from the sun, and the window definitely needs cleaning from the outside. A few spots on the floor that need doing. I'll go through and do a few little touch-ups, and I'll get the cork gun out and do everything I need to do with that. So finally, I did want my son, the future of GB Shrimp, really to sort of come on camera. I don't know if he will, but if we can get him on, we'll say hi to Ben, and hopefully, you know, at some point I'll retire, and Ben will hopefully take the reins. Let's hope so. I've got plenty of years left in me yet. So let's see if we can get Ben to make an appearance. So it looks like Ben didn't want to come on camera, so we'll have to wrap this video up. I'm going to wrap it up with just a quick shout out to somebody. Haven't met him, don't know this person in person, but what I'd like to do is just talk about a guy called Chris Lookhope. So Chris's photography is absolutely amazing. The posters that you saw earlier in the video were available to buy for download, and then I sent those off to get them printed for personal use. Wouldn't mind selling them, but I haven't got permission to do that from Chris, so obviously I won't sell those, but I just want to sort of quickly talk about those. And his website, I believe, is garnelio.de. I'll put a link in that in the description, and I'll just quickly sort of show you some of the posters. So these were the ones that I downloaded. You can see some on the door there. I'll just flip the, and there's a couple here as well. So that, I'm not sure if these are still available. So there's various pictures of sort of blue and black. Does say that Chris Lookhope on the bottom. Some wild types. There's my favourite, which is here, which is the grading of red crystals. So crystal red grading one. I really like that one. The other one there is a black, blue and white. Got a couple of different wild types, and then we've got some Shrimp Meister ones. So these are sort of competitions, you know, some of the French and German shrimp keepers, and some of the shrimp that they keep. So just a quick sort of finale to the video, I suppose. But thanks everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the series. We will keep you guys updated as we sort of do little bits and pieces. I'm hoping to get some tanks in today. Just move some of the smaller tanks so I can sort of start making headway and getting some of the tanks out of the house. But if you'd like to support the channel, there is a donate button on the channel. I'll put a link in the description as well, and that's really appreciated if you do. Helps me to grow, get equipment and stuff to sort of continue with the channel. If you want to support us by purchasing, as you know, we've got sort of stacks and stacks and stacks of shrimp and scaping products actually. So I really like this Aquavitro scaping tools, absolutely sort of top notch. Just visit gbshrimp.co.uk, give it a search, have a look through the menus, and you can obviously purchase on there, and that supports us as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Look forward to the next videos where we're going to be setting up more tanks. And if you guys are interested or want any reviews on any particular products that we stock or sell, please feel free to leave those in your comments. Your comments do get read. They do help grow the channel as well, and we'll sort of be led by you guys. So anything you want to see, anything you want to see a video on, stuff like that, then please feel free to comment. So until next time, thanks everybody again for watching, and I'll speak soon.